Hey you guys, welcome back for some more extreme cleaning motivation. We are decluttering and organizing, deep cleaning a lot of different spaces in my house. I have had so much go on the past couple weeks and can't wait to explain everything to you guys as I'm cleaning everything up. So grab that cup of coffee and we can do this, guys. Let's go.
Hi. You got Peppa in there? Yeah. You are so cute.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the everyday messy mom cleanup. I really wanted to focus though on decluttering my cleaning cabinet, and John also had a lot of tools and things in there since all of the renovations from the disasters that we've had hit. Those cabinets just became a total mess. I have quite a few more that I still need to tackle, but it is such a process and I was so excited to finally get one of them done. I also needed to deep clean my rugs and carpets upstairs. They were in desperate need, kind of like a spring deep clean mixed in with a declutter and organize. I got some really inexpensive Target organizers that worked amazing just for a lot of the little miscellaneous items that you don't know what to do with. So I was super excited to share that with you guys. And one of the things that I jumped right into on this, because I also had a ton of like deep cleaning I wanted to do in my laundry room, and I just had one of those like really long planned days. I cleaned all day long on this day, and I wanted to deep clean this cabinet right here. It was absolutely disgusting. We used to use this for a lot of Mully's dog items and things, so it was just in desperate need. I just neglect it all the time, this bottom cabinet, because it was just being filled with his things. But I finally got an air fryer. I finally jumped on the bandwagon. I have never had one, and I've always heard such good things about it. And with Maddie getting older and my dad now living with us, I am just constantly trying to think of meal ideas, especially now that she has friends and cousins, family coming over. And I'm telling you, I am absolutely in love with it. It is so easy to make like a whole full meal for everybody and get it together. And I figured that that bottom cabinet was the perfect place to put it in. And so I was super happy that I picked that up. I got an amazing deal on it for only $30. I don't think you can beat that. I just hit an incredible sale with it. And I wanted to talk to you guys, kind of have like a motherhood chit chat, because the past few weeks have been really, past few months have been really hectic for me. And it's something that's kind of stopped me in my tracks. It's why I haven't been able to post every 2 weeks or so. And I figured while I am showing you the before and afters and decluttering this entire cabinet, I would kind of talk about it with you guys. If you are new to my channel, I have a daughter named Madison. She's 4 years old and just started preschool. She actually started preschool, walked in the doors at 3 years old. And let me preface this by, this isn't anything too serious, but it is something that really, just affected me over the past couple weeks. And I figured a lot of other moms are going through it, as I've learned a lot about the school systems lately. And a couple weeks into my daughter starting school, the preschool that I send her currently to a private pre-K, and they recommended that I get her evaluated for speech therapy and for OT, which is occupational therapy. Not for anything serious, just for fine motor skills and certain, more on my end, that I notice certain sensory things with my daughter at times. And the process has been extremely intense, and it was completely shocking to me and tested me and my boundaries and beliefs more than I even thought it would, because I'm somebody that doesn't really like to have, any kind of government involvement, or I don't like people kind of, I don't know the better way to put it, but just telling you how to live or what to do, or having to go through a lot of bureaucracy and paperwork to get certain services. And I know from experiences and how much work I've done in my life, prior to having my daughter, I worked in a lot of different government funding things for different companies. I know that these processes can be utterly ridiculous and the paperwork is insane, but it's been on a different level, and affected me because this is my child. It's not an item or a thing that you're purchasing or a service. And the whole process that shocked me is just to get, if you're not familiar with it, in order to get any kind of service, you have to go through these evaluations so that the school district will pay, for any kind of therapist in general. And what shocked me about this whole process is that my daughter had to go through kind of like a vigorous, evaluation process, and more for me, just all of the paperwork and things that they were telling me back and forths, having meetings canceled, rescheduled. I'll get into that in a little bit, but the the thing that kind of just shocked me to my core is that my daughter just needing, some simple, you know, assistance with holding a pencil and potentially some sensory things. She had to go through the same process as, a child that might have, like level 3 autism. And it is so absurd and it's so wrong for every parent because, first of all, it's taking away time and services for these kids that really need it and need it, probably immediately so that they can hopefully grow and learn and have that assistance. And I was just stunned at how intricate it was, and the reports that come back just make you feel sick to your stomach because it's very much like them making your child a number, which just doesn't sit with me well. And this entire process took over 5 months to complete just because therapists aren't even available after COVID because they aren't being paid benefits. And, it's really hard to find workers nowadays. I feel like a lot of different industries are being affected by that. And this is just especially a sad one because it has to do with kids, who probably have certain learning disabilities who really could use the assistance. And so the whole process has just been exhausting for me. The kicker is that I finally agreed to just go through the process because I can, negate it at any time as a parent. I go through this entire thing and they tell me at the end that they do not have anyone available. Like, why on earth would you even have somebody go through this to begin with? It's just been infuriating. And to be honest with you, it's just made me miss my mom a lot. There are times since her passing that I have wanted her or just wanted to speak to her, and there's times where you feel like you need them. And this was a time that I felt like I could really use my mom just to discuss everything and run it through and have her opinion on it. And it was the first time that I really had to navigate something without having that kind of advice from the person you trust the most. So, like I said, it's been a couple of weeks. It's been pretty intense. I finally feel like I'm coming out of it a bit, which is why I finally got back into deep cleaning, and I really kind of just released myself from all of it. I am at the point of it that I'm going to take it day by day and be a mama bear and fight it if I need to. And I just want to get back to being me and our happy selves and not have all of this involvement from these outside sources that are taking up so much of our time. So I decided to go with my gut and just get back to my everyday routine, which felt really good. And I decided to deep clean my laundry room here. My dad was on vacation. He's been staying with us. And so since he was gone, I felt like it was the perfect time to really get in there and get that deep clean done. Hey guys, I'm back in the laundry room now. After you just saw last night, I got some of the basic cleaning, like with vacuuming and just deep cleaning the windows a bit. I really want to sanitize everything, use some scrub brushes just to get the laundry machines all cleaned up, get the different racks and organizers together, and get my bead dispenser back in working order because I haven't been using it for about a week because it needs to be cleaned out pretty bad. I also just want to give the windows a quick wipe down and just, get it back to looking like its pretty self. So today is Thursday, it's almost Friday, and I'm looking forward to this weekend. I don't have a lot planned, and I actually have a sitter so John and I can go out, so I really wanted to tackle this because we're supposed to hit about 50 degrees here, and that's actually pretty warm if it's partly sunny in my area. So figured today is a snowy day, and today's the day to tackle it. So
Let's do it.
So, one of the things I really needed to do was deep clean these laundry machines. They were so disgusting. They just get neglected. It's just too easy to neglect things like this, right? I also needed to get all of the old beads out of this little bead dispenser I have. I feel like my channel should be like called It's Better Than It Was because I'm the type that it came out pretty good. I could have spent another 20 minutes really cleaning it out, but who has time for that, right? So I got most of it cleaned out. I can really deep clean it and soak it a different day, but I really wanted to just put up a cute sign in here, get it cleaned out, especially since I've had my dad staying with us. It's just harder to do a deep clean in a space like this in case he has people coming over, mixed in with my daughter only going to school for a couple hours each week. So it felt super awesome to be able to get in here and really tackle it. As you saw, just the dust and buildup that was behind those machines was utterly incredible, and I need to be able to stay on top of it a little bit more now that I actually looked back there. It's one of those things you think you'd notice, but when you're so busy, it just, out of sight, out of mind, right? So I'm just cleaning up these windows. I need to get into the window tracks and really continue on with like a spring deep clean in this entire house, but I felt like I accomplished so much this week, and it was just because I finally kind of told everybody I'm done with this situation and I'll handle it as I want to over the next couple weeks. I feel like I'm getting back to myself, and it just felt so good to do this. I always just get these inexpensive scrub brushes from Target mixed with the Dawn Power Wash. I feel like it really does the job super easy, especially if it's just like a little bit of built on dirt and dust. So I'm just scrubbing all of that down before I moved on to the everyday mom mess in my living room. So, of course, as I was cleaning out that laundry room, I had a bunch of laundry waiting for me to be folded. The deep cleaning is never enough, right? There's always the everyday tasks that take up so much time on top of it. But after I folded that and Maddie had come home and helped me out, which was really cute, I moved into my living room here, which I've been absolutely loving since I got my new couches. It just feels really good to have that fresh new space. It wasn't too bad in here at all. I had just had a bunch of crafts out from Maddie doing them before she went to school on that day. And sometimes these are my best cleaning days where, you know, if I have those couple of hours when things aren't going completely crazy, like they have been lately. And I also wanted to preface one thing that I have nothing against the IEP process and kids getting assistance. That's not the point of it. It's the point that the process has been utterly absurd to get the most basic services, and things just don't need to be this complicated. I feel like the entire world is just creating so much unnecessary stress for people. Things don't need to be this complex, especially in pre-K, okay? Like it's getting to the point like not everything should have to be a fight, and I think that's what makes it so exhausting. But I just wanted to preface that, and please always feel free to either DM me on Instagram or send me a message, whether it's a comment here or over there, with your experiences on it, because I would love to hear it. I know a lot of people have told me that after you go through this whole process, that, you know, it becomes very normal just working with the therapist. So I'm hoping for the best there and taking it day by day. But I just wanted to thank you guys so much for just listening to me and being here throughout really everything I've had go on throughout my life. It just means so much. And as I'm mopping up my floors here, which need it constantly, you guys, oh my goodness, with the rain we've been having lately, I mean, my floors don't stand a chance against muddy paws from Molly all day long. So I am constantly mopping up, and the floors up here are no different. They were a complete hot mess. And I was using my Bissell Crosswave, and I absolutely love the cleaner in here. You do have to go over it a few times, but really these stains were pretty deep and you can tell that it needed it. But it does work really well, and it is my favorite for larger spaces. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for something to really get a true deep clean. And as I mentioned, my father went on vacation to Florida. I've been totally jealous, and I absolutely cannot wait for the warmer weather. I know every year around this time, I am just itching to get outside. And finally, next week, the weather is supposed to warm up a little bit, and I'm hoping it sticks and we can start going towards that warmer season. It almost feels surreal after a lot of the things I've been through that we will be out of this cold, snowy season that I've had where I'm from. But I'm just so looking forward to that. And, you know, while the weather is still cold outside, I love getting this deep cleaning done so that I can enjoy, you know, the few months that I have and, you know, really be outside and enjoy it with my family. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for being here and just always, you know, listening to me. It really feels like such a big family. I know you don't have to be here and you're here by choice. And you guys, look at that water. Absolutely disgusting, but look at what an incredible job it does cleaning things up. It always feels so good to get these things checked off of my list. It makes me feel like myself again. I highly recommend, even if you just tackle one space that's on your mind, you'll feel a lot better. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you soon. Bye.